Hello and welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. One of the staples of Villanova basketball is the word attitude, which means moving forward after something happens in life that you cannot control. And nobody personifies that more than Tony Chennault, former alum, Villanova basketball player, and one of my mentors in the film business. So please, without further ado, help me welcome Tony Chennault. How you doing, man?
Can't complain. How's everything going, man?
It's been good, man. It's been good, just trying to get through the summer, man. Trying to get through the summer. Trying to thrive, man. Trying to thrive. So listen, man, I got you on here. Obviously, it's a ton of questions I want to ask. We only have a short amount of time, so I have to get to, what's most important first. You're in the film business. You're seeing that, you're growing through that with Oldheads, your web series. And please just talk to us very quickly about some of the challenges, and the mindset you have to overcome a lot of the obstacles that are in this business.
The number one challenge you got to overcome is being able to understand the word no. A lot of people tell you no, whether it's actors, producers, potential streaming companies, studios, and it's not no that your work ain't good, but no meaning I can't help you at this particular moment. Coming from an athletic background, I always heard the word yes, because I always was good. I was always good at basketball, always could play. But now being in this film business, that was hard for me to understand that. So it took some time for me to comprehend that, and I developed that patience, and I understood that it wasn't personal when somebody told me no, and it made me work harder. It made me be more strategic now when I approach certain people about what I'm doing, what I got going on, and things of that nature.
Okay. All right. Well, Tony, I see. I'm so glad you have the merchandise on today. But for those people, we from Philly. We understand. I'm pretty sure everybody in this room understands to some degree what an old head is. To those people out there who don't know exactly what an old head is, and people who use the word young head thinking it's just the polar opposite of it.
No, it's not young boy.
Exactly, it's young boy. Please do not say young head. It does not work. But just explain to us what an old head is and why you chose that name to go with your segment.
So old head is basically a authority figure on whether it's a coach, mentor, somebody in your neighborhood who gives a younger person wisdom and knowledge. In Philadelphia, that's a huge thing because a lot of kids in inner city Philadelphia grew up without father figures in their life. I didn't have my dad in my life, so I had whether neighborhood old heads or I had coaches and mentors who took an interest in me to help me get to the position I'm at in life. And with my series Old Head, I wanted to show the importance of an old head. I wanted to show how old head can be pivotal in a young person's life. And we do that through our main character, Bumpy, who's our protagonist, and show how he's doing everything in his power to make sure to get the neighborhood stay in good condition and making sure that he helped the young guys he's mentoring, they understand the importance of making the right decisions, because life is all about making decisions, as you know. And the better decision maker you are in life, the better outcome of your life.
Exactly. All right, so that means you consider yourself my old head. I can call you my old head.
I can't be your old head because we kind of peers in a sense. I seem more like your big brother.
My man. All right, I could go with that. I considered you my old head. I ain't know if you was cool with being called my old head or whatever. But
we more so peers because I think you got to be at least like 10 years older than the person to be considered a old head. When you like 3 or 4 years age difference, you're still somewhat peers.
That's
in a sense, you know what I mean?
That's fair. So our director, Hezekiah Lewis, back there doing his thing, is our old head.
Yeah, Hez is one of my old heads.
All right, we'll go with that. Old head, we're here with Tony Chennault, man, and nobody knows old heads better than Tony Chennault, man. We'll be right back with a quick commercial break, and stay tuned. Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. We're here with Tony Chennault, creator of the web series Oldhead. And we're just going to get right back into it. So, Tony, during the break, we were, talking about when we first met, when I first came to Villanova, and you pointed out that, ironically enough, now that the show, the host of a talk show was pretty quiet back then. So can you elaborate on your first impression of me and just kind of going forward, what you thought?
My first impression, I'm like, what's wrong with this kid? Like, you don't see nothing at all. Like, yo, you trying to go hang out with us? No, I'm cool. You trying to go out go to the caf to eat.
I was
like second story eat. No, man.
I was trying to fill everybody out. I was trying to,
just,
I was like, all right, let me see.
And then once I got to know who you are, understand your story, know where you come from, and it made sense why you was the way you was. A lot of times, especially coming from Philly, anywhere you go to a new environment, you always observing and seeing who's who, seeing who you gravitate to, and that's just a survival tactic for you to survive growing up in a city like Philly. So I understood that, and I think that's something that gravitated me towards you, having that understanding of that. And it was just interesting to see you grow throughout your 4 years there too, like, being quiet and now being a senior, being a captain and being a vocal leader on the floor. It definitely was rewarding for me.
Nah, man, because you inspired that. Like I said, my freshman year was just senior year. So I'm coming in, we're locker mates, and I thank God I was right next to you because I got to learn a lot, like firsthand. And then you go and do a film thing, and I'm like, yo, this is a total inspiration. Like, this dude is doing exactly what I want to do, right out of school. So it's like, it's possible. It can be done. Like I said, part of me being quiet was just, it was taking in game. It was free game I was getting, but it's like you have to, be quiet to hear it. I have to ask, you gotten involved with the film thing. Who was the person, who was your old head in that sense that kind of steered you towards, because you always have the drive or the ambition to do such, but who was the old head for you that really kind of steered you in that direction?
Well, I would say I had two mentors in that respect. First would be Steve McWilliams. I took an acting class with Steve McWilliams. He actually still a professor at Villanova University, and he really taught me how to write. He taught me how to structure a screenplay. He taught me how to work with actors. And then the second person would be Professor Hezekiah Lewis. He taught me the technical aspect of filmmaking. And those two people kind of drove me and motivated me to stop playing basketball. Like, a lot of people don't know I had opportunities overseas that I just left. I didn't want to do it no more because I'm a type of individual. If my heart not in something, I don't want to do it. No matter the dollar sign, no matter any other gratification that come with it. I'm a person that's kind of like purpose driven in a sense. That's how my mom raised me. So, with creating films, it gives you an opportunity to tell a story from your perspective. And it was just an outlet for me. It was something that was therapeutic in the sense that I needed at that particular time in my life when I first left Nova.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, you have the web series and you're a couple seasons in that. You told me before the show that you're actually going up to a film festival soon, at the beginning of August. What did you see in the near future for you and Oldheads?
Well, not with just Oldheads, man. I think Oldheads is just something I did on a micro level. Yeah. The near future is going to be macro, and it's going to be major feature films. I'm actually going to a film festival, like I told you earlier, in New York called the Hip Hop Film Festival. I wrote this screenplay called Dollar Party, and over 300 films were entered into this festival. Mine is one of 3 finalists for that. So
can we please take a second to applaud for that? Can we please take a second to applaud for that? Go ahead.
And I'm excited about that, but I'm just excited to show what I could do with the best actors, the best DPs on a macro level, and doing this film Dollar Party is going to give me that opportunity. So I think the world's going to see from here.
Okay. Just real quick, I'm not going to ask for too much on the film, but like I said, there's certain terms coming from Philly you understand. Briefly explain to us, PG as you can, what a dollar party is.
Dollar parties. So growing up as kids, especially me, I'm from Alany. I grew up dirt poor. We couldn't afford nothing. So like my homies and friends would have parties in their basement, and we would charge $1 to get in. So, and it'd be all different type of activities in that basement. Just keep it PG, and that's what we used to do coming together, like especially in middle and high school, because like I said, we didn't have much as kids, and we just come together with love and compassion for one another.
And $1.
And $1.
Bring love, compassion, $1.
And
$1. You good money. You good money.
Yeah. That's something that's big in Philadelphia. I don't know how it is in other places. They might call it house parties, but we call it dollar parties.
Okay. All right. Well, Tony Chennault, the creator of the web series Oldhead, future director and writer of Dollar Party. Look forward to theater near you, and wish you the best of luck, Tone Lucas. Thank you for everything, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for being my old head. Stay tuned with D.Rey. We right back. That was good, man. That was good.
Do you want me to do the drop for you?
Hold on one second. We gotta keep talking. Cause,
Okay.
I should have told you that before. We gotta keep talking. They still
yeah,
rolling.
for like,
They gonna pull out
B-roll.
like we in like Full
Bloopers.
House. It's going, yeah, shit like that. It's just gonna be
The audio not
background
recording.
music.